Alright, bud, she's back working. You just had some bad luck with this thing one after another, which is not common at all after a fresh rebuild like this. This keying transistor right here had went out. I had to replace that. That's what was keeping it keyed. And like I mentioned with the switch, this power switch is a little, see what I'm saying? That's nothing that I can fix, man. You'd have to replace this whole switch. And all it is it's getting iffy contact on the ground side, which is giving the lamp a ground. But if it's ever off and you press this in, which when you press this in, that's giving that a ground over there. Well, technically it's giving it a ground. You see how it turns on? Because now it's giving it a ground from the actual medium tap. But that's the only thing I hate about these new Texas Star switches, man. Sometimes they're like that. And that's a heck of a job replacing the whole switch assembly. That is not a fun thing to do. I kind of wish they would have continued using the switches that they were using, because I'm seeing this happen with these switches a good bit, and there's nothing we can do about it. But anyway, she's back working. What I did have to do is I was not happy with the bias voltage on these two sections, the driver section and this 2-pill section. It was like around 0.75 volts when you're on 15 volts or so, and that's just way too high. So I dialed that down with a little bit lower resistor right here. That's what those two right there are equaling. It goes with a 2.7 factory. I brought it down to, I think, a 2.2, and that put the bias voltage perfectly. So she's back working. No DEP. Oh, off the scale. 500. So she's back working, buddy. I can't apologize enough with how long it took me to get around to this. Whew. Just thanks for hanging in there with me, man. I hope to God this amp works for you for the next 100 years. And don't forget this switch down here, low on bottom, high on top for the fans. And always remember, never plug this in with power hooked up to the amp. Never. Okay? Let the power supply's off. Always hook this in before you have power into the amp, because you could touch the ground across there and you could have a little issue. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that back up under there for shipping. And get this thing packaged back up for you. Alright, brother. Glad it wasn't nothing serious like any pills or something. And by the way, that's something else I was going to mention to you. Now you have over $1,000 Texas Star. Keep that in mind. These are brand new Toshibas, brother. Over $200+ a pop. So that's one positive thing for, I guess you can say, for hanging in there this whole time. This is over $1,000 Texas Star, technically, counting the brand new Toshibas in this thing. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Well, hopefully I don't have to talk to you later about this amp. Well, this is good news. God, I love the way I did that LED setup on there. Son. I'm out. On to the next one.